Senator Shaheen, had you just come in? If you'd like to go first, that's fine.
Senator.
Feel free.
Okay, thanks. I'd like to talk about the World Health Organization, if we could. The Biden administration has vowed to reform the World Health Organization, but it threw away its leverage early on, in my opinion. The administration, against the advice of many, rejoined the World Health Organization, gave it $200 million without insisting on a single reform. In a few weeks, the administration is expected to commit the United States to 2 international agreements that would expand the World Health Organization's authority during a global pandemic. Last week, I joined my Republican colleagues in calling on President Biden to reject these agreements, what I believe are harmful. Yesterday, the UK announced that they will refuse to sign the World Health Organization's pandemic accord, saying that they will only support the adoption if it is firmly in the UK national interest and respects national sovereignty. December 13th last year, during a hearing held by the Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic, you said, quote, "This administration is firmly committed to ensuring that the World Health Organization implements a comprehensive set of organizational reforms, particularly to strengthen its governance, its budgetary and financial management processes, and to improve oversight to strengthen the organization's efficiency and effectiveness." You know, instead of focusing on reforming the World Health Organization, the administration is choosing to hand over U.S. sovereignty to them. We are the United States, not the United Nations. So the question is, do you commit to ensuring that U.S. sovereignty is not infringed upon?
Senator, let me respond in the affirmative. Absolutely, the sovereignty and security of the United States will not be undermined in this negotiation process. We have been very insistent that there are 2 articles in the pandemic accord discussions that I would like to just reiterate. Article 3 states clearly that WHO has no authority over sovereign states. Absolutely not. Article 24 of that same negotiation further expands, and it states clearly that neither the Secretariat of WHO nor the Director General has any authority over any sovereign state in the areas of dictating, telling them what to do in terms of mandate use of any tools, including vaccines, masks, lockdown, etc. I think it's absolutely very clear in Article 24. We will oppose any attempt or any perception of that accord that seeks to undermine or is perceived as going to undermine the sovereignty of the United States. I will just end, Senator, by saying that the sole purpose for us in the discussion is to protect our national interests, And there are 3 things that we are seeking to achieve in this negotiation. One is to ensure that we have capacity globally that can allow us to easily detect, prevent, and control and respond to disease outbreaks. As we know, a disease outbreak anywhere in the world becomes a threat right here. 1 million Americans died because of COVID-19. Secondly, is to ensure that we have access in a timely fashion to biologic materials, including specimens, data that will allow us to develop vaccines, therapeutics, and diagnostics that will protect us. And lastly, the ability to distribute those resources in an equitable manner.
So following the UK's announcement just yesterday about their refusal to sign, is the UK alone able to block the passage of the accords? Or if not, how many other member countries would need to oppose it in order for the accords to fail?
The accord, Senator, is still being discussed, including as of this morning, about several issues, especially areas related to intellectual property, technology transfer, pathogen access and sharing, as I indicated. This accord has been going on, the discussions, for about 2 years. So we remain hopeful that countries that are discussing will see value in our collective security and learn the lessons, as Chairman said, of what COVID taught us about our common vulnerability. So we just don't know exactly who is going to oppose it or not, but we have to show our leadership. As I said in my introduction, this is the moment for us to show the leadership. We have been a global health leader over the years, and this is not a moment for us to relent our leadership.
Mr. Chairman, can I have one quick last question, and it's to Ms. Kelly Adams Smith. Moldova's recent, almost exclusively reliant on Russian energy. Tuesday, Norway and Moldova signed an agreement to tighten cooperation in their energy sector. Can you tell me the current status of the Moldova's energy grid?
Thank you very much for the question, Senator. It is true that Moldova was 100% dependent on Russia for its energy sources. After the Russian reinvasion of Ukraine, it became clear that that was no longer possible. And the Moldovan government, with assistance from the United States and European allies, has made some successes in becoming less dependent. The energy grid, the electricity grid of Moldova is now hooked up to the European grid. USAID is funding an electrical line between Romania and Moldova, and Moldova is now also buying for the first time non-Russian gas, which is an incredibly positive development.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.